Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be doing another fragrance video. If you guys were not aware, I am obsessed with perfume and fragrances. So I try to do updated current favorite fragrance videos every season. So today we're going to be talking about my favorite fragrances for the summertime as of right now. So we have some returning favorites. If you've seen any of my older fragrance videos, you will recognize some of these, and then we have some new ones as well. So if you guys are interested in hearing about my current favorites, then just keep watching. So I think I'm going to start off with newer fragrances in my collection, and then towards the end we will talk about ones that I've mentioned in years past. So first and foremost, I will talk about my current most used fragrance for the summertime, and I mentioned this in my What's in My Bag video. I am keeping like a small little travel size in there, and I just love it. So this is from the Dior Private line. So this is their bougie, expensive line that isn't available at like department stores like Macy's or Ulta or anything like that. So this is their new release. It's called Eden-Roc. And if you did not know, Eden-Roc is like a resort in France. It is for extremely rich people, and this scent 100% reflects that. So in that last video where I talked about this, I said that it is extremely wealthy people. Like, we're not talking about all-inclusive resorts. We're talking about private yachts. We're talking about only wearing the best of the best linen outfits. Like, you have a butler, probably. You're just, like, money is no object to you. And I brought this with me on vacation last month, and I wore it pretty much every single day, and I just love it. So what does it smell like? It is very fresh, salty, ocean, citrus, jasmine, all in one. So the opening is definitely like a citrusy jasmine scent, and those notes hang around, but it has a freshness to it. I think there's pine in there, which is kind of a different note. It kind of makes it very just fresh in like a different way, like almost like a herbally smell, and then it has a lot of like mineral, salty, kind of like seaweed notes to me. So I love that salty aspect of it, and especially when you're wearing it in hot weather, like when your skin is kind of like sweaty almost, like it just really just radiates really nicely, and it just smells like you're at a expensive ass resort and you're just walking around being fucking rich. I don't know if that's a good description, but let me read you the notes. Sea salt, citruses, and mineral notes, jasmine, mastic, and coconut, and then the base notes are pine tree and labdanum. Labdanum? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so there is like a tiny, teeny little bit of coconut in there. It's not really a coconut-based fragrance at all. I think just maybe like a fresh, like, coconut water note maybe in there, but it's not really a coconut scent at all. So if that's what you're expecting, I don't really get that. I just get salty, citrus, fresh vibes. So next, moving on, we have one that's quite a bit more affordable. It's from the Giorgio Armani Acqua di Gioia line, and this is Terra di Gioia. So I love these little bottles. They have like the really pretty like little stones at the top. So this one is very different than the last one I mentioned, but in a way it also reminds me of your skin after being out in the sun all day on a vacation. So this one, I think you could definitely wear it year round, but I really like it for the summer. And so it opens up with a lot of almond and like a citrusy pear note. So it smells like really like fruity and almondy in the opening. But then you get some jasmine. So you get like that like nice floral note. And then at the base, it's like amber and I think sandalwood. And the base just on your skin is just like so warm. And it lasts on my skin like all day. Like I sprayed this in the morning, and then at night when I was working out and I was like sweating, I was like smelling it again. I'm like, oh my God, this smells so good. So yeah, if you like almond, and even if you don't like almond, you need to try this because it just gives that kind of like warm, nutty, but not coconutty. So like if you want a summer like kind of gourmand type fragrance, but you don't want a coconut vibe, definitely check this out. I feel like if you like the Sol de Janeiro, I think it's like Cherrioso or whatever the Boom Boom Cream scent is, I think you will like this because It has that kind of like nutty, warm, sweet vibe, but this is a little bit less sweet and a little bit more fresh and citrusy. But it's not a fresh citrusy fragrance. It just has those notes in it. So next, moving on, we have a white floral fragrance. So this is very heavy on the white florals, so just a heads up on that. But this I really, really like. So I will be honest, I was not always into white florals. A lot of the time, like tuberose based scents just to me smell like old, dusty, crusty, just somewhere in the back of a closet, like just not me. But this smells really good. It is white florals mixed with like a fluffy vanilla. So this is from Labo. This is their Lys or Lee 41 scent. So this is, yeah, it's a very white floral fragrance. It almost kind of gives a sunscreen coconut vibe as well. But then once you kind of like let it settle a little bit, it settles into like a really creamy white floral with a really like fluffy, powdery, yummy vanilla. So if you like white florals and you like vanilla, I think you will really like this. So this, to me, reminds me of a tropical Hawaiian wedding. So I could definitely see myself wearing this on wedding day just because you have those white florals. So I'm thinking like a big white floral bouquet and then, you know, just sitting on a bed of vanilla whipped cream or something. It just smells really good. It smells very just soft and pretty and airy. And even though it has white florals, it's not like a heavy, dense fragrance. It's very light and airy, and it would be great for, yeah, I think this would be great for a bride. And I really like it. So the notes of this are top notes of tiare flower, middle of jasmine, lily, and tuberose. And then the base is woody notes, musks, and vanilla. Madagascar vanilla, by the way, if that makes a difference to you. But this is really, really nice. Okay, so then this next one I've been reaching for a lot lately, especially for like nighttime, like for like a date or something a little bit more fancy, not so casual. And I went to look up the notes for this, and apparently this is being discontinued, which I don't understand because I've seen so many people on YouTube rave about this, which is why I bought it in the first place. It's expensive. It's unlike anything that I've ever tried, and now I'm gonna go cry in the corner. But I'm going to talk to you guys about it anyway in case you can get your hands on it. I just had to mention it because I've been wearing it so much recently. So this is from the Armani Prive line. It is the Vert Malachite, something like that. This bottle is literally everything that I would ever want in life. I love the green. As you can see, it's kind of a more elevated, bougie version of the regular Giorgio Armani, but this is just like on another level. It just smells unlike anything I've ever smelled. So they have a Rouge one, which I guess is also being discontinued, which people say smells a lot like Alien, which is fine, but like I feel like there's a lot of fragrances out there that smell like Alien. So I wanted to get the green one, and it is just so different. The best way I could describe this would be a spicy, warm, rich, tropical, like yellowish white floral vibe, which I don't know if that's helpful at all, but this just smells, it's just out of this world. It has a pretty prominent lily note in there, which I'm surprised that I like this because I don't really like lilies. They just remind me of like funerals or something. So when I saw that in the notes, I was like, I'm probably gonna hate this, but I'm gonna order it anyway. Something about the lily with the benzoin, it just makes it like this warm, like syrupy, almost banana. I don't know like where I'm getting these notes, but it kind of just reminds me of like a yellow, like yellow florals. I feel like they kind of like give like a banana like note. I don't know why. To me, that's what they smell like, but it just, I don't know. And now I'm so sad that they're discontinuing it because I was really considering this also for my wedding because I'm getting married in a tropical climate, and this is just, I just love it so much. So I don't know what's going to happen with this. Hopefully they like bring it back, or I can find a dupe for it, which I don't see that happening. So I don't even know why I'm going on and on about this when like no one's gonna be able to buy it. But if you own this and you want to sell it to me, hit me up because I'll probably buy it from you because I just love it. I love when a fragrance is different, and I don't own anything like this. It's a tropical, sweet, deep, kind of spicy floral, and it's just so different. So let me read you the notes. The top notes are bitter orange and petitgrain. Middle notes are jasmine, sambac, ylang ylang, and pink pepper. And the base notes are lily, vanilla, and benzoin. So yeah, if anyone knows a dupe, hit me up. Hit me up. Next, moving on, is a flanker of one of my favorite fragrances ever, and I'm not sure which one I really prefer, but I do really enjoy both. So this is the newest flanker of Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. It's called Light Blue Forever, and I am a big fan of the Light Blue Intense. So these are definitely in the same family, like you're gonna know that they're sisters. I feel like I prefer the Light Blue Intense, but maybe it's just because I've been wearing this for years and it's just one of my like go-to most repurchased fragrances ever. But this is really, really nice. It is more of a orangey version. So it smells to me a lot like Light Blue, but instead of like that harsh lemon, you get a orange neroli vibe. So if you're someone who doesn't really like lemon, like I know some people think like lemon notes can smell like cleaner, which I understand what you mean. This is more of an orange version. So it's a little bit sweeter. It's a little bit less unisex. Like this one I feel like could definitely be worn on a man. This one smells a little bit more sweet and a little bit more feminine to me, but I do really like it. I think the lasting power on this is about the same. So if you're just on the fence of which one you want to try, I would say, you know, whichever bottle is cuter to you. But yeah, if you like more orangey neroli based fragrances, go with this one. But if you like that classic lemon, a little bit more unisex vibe, I would go with the Light Blue Intense, but you really can't go wrong with either. But the notes of Light Blue Forever are lemon, blood orange, and green apple. Middle notes are orange blossom and white flowers, and the base notes are cedar, white musk, and cashmere. So yeah, it has orange blossom in there, it has blood orange, some more white flowers, so it's just a little bit more sweet and feminine than the Intense. Then speaking of a blood orange fragrance, I mentioned this last year and I just think that it's amazing. It is so realistic and so fresh and like invigorating. Like it's a very fresh, juicy scent. So this is from Guerlain. It's their Orange Soleil fragrance. And yeah, I mentioned this last year. If you like the smell of a fresh cut orange, you need to get this. Like it's so refreshing and just like mouth-watering almost because it smells so incredibly realistic. I've never smelled a fragrance that smells like I'm tasting an orange right now. Like when I spray it, like it literally feels like I'm eating an orange, even though there's nothing in my mouth. Like it's so weird. So this one is blood orange. It has a little bit of mint in there. So again, it's very fresh. And then the base has, I think, some tonka bean. So it's a little bit like warm and kind of creamy almost at the base, but it's definitely a predominantly orange scent. So the notes of this are blood orange, bergamot, and pink pepper. The middle notes are petitgrain and mint, and the base notes are musk and tonka bean. Yeah, so I would describe this as a fresh, a little bit of like maybe a little spice from the pink pepper, not really too spicy, but just very fresh, very invigorating, perfect for daytime. I feel like perfect for going brunch. I feel like perfect for running errands, just something when you want to feel just like fresh and juicy is how I would describe this. So the next, you know, I had to mention my Tom Ford Eau de Soleil Blanc. This is ultimate beachy coconut, bougie biatch at the pool, okay? So now I'm thinking that I have this Dior one, which I say is like extremely wealthy people. This is wealthy people at the resort by the ocean on like the coast, like Amalfi Coast, whereas this is bougie biatch by the pool, like under a cabana, laying out, getting a cocktail delivered to her. She's maybe at an all-inclusive. Maybe she's not at that point where she's staying at some luxurious resort like Eden-Roc. Maybe she's not there yet. She's still, you know, she's got money, but she doesn't have old money like this. Okay, so definitely totally different vibe. This one has a lot more of that beachy coconut to it, and it still has that freshness. The opening, I feel like, is one of my favorite parts about it. It has neroli, bergamot. It's just like very fresh and citrusy in the opening, and then there's just a million notes in this, I know. But it has like a nice coconut at the base, and it's just so nice. It's fresh. I love it. So the notes of this, there's always so many. Okay, bitter orange, neroli, citron, bergamot, pistachio, cardamom, petitgrain, pink pepper, caraway, tuberose, orange blossom, ylang ylang, jasmine, galbanum, coconut, vanilla, tonka bean, benzoin, and amber. So I think this actually has all of the notes that all of the other ones have, just all thrown into one pile. So that's probably why I enjoy all of those and why I enjoy this so much. It just has something about it that is really addictive. And this isn't the most long-lasting fragrance, so if you want to get a travel spray, I probably would recommend that because you can just keep reapplying, and you can't really overspray this. It's so fresh that it's not ever going to be too much. So I definitely prefer this over the regular Soleil Blanc. That one is just a little bit heavy to me, so this one is just more fresh and citrusy and bright and like better for like more occasions to me. But I just really love it. So we're almost done. This next one I have mentioned in videos recently. This is the Parfums de Delina La Rosée, or Rosée, something like that, but it is definitely expensive and I love it. So this one definitely makes me feel the girliest out of the bunch. It's very feminine. I don't wear this like if I don't have like my hair or my makeup done. Like I need to have something about me done and like put together. Otherwise, like this fragrance doesn't make sense to me. But it's very feminine. It is juicy. It is fruity and floral without being basic. So this has notes of lychee and rose, and it just... that lychee rose combo is just like unmatched. It's just so juicy and almost mouth-watering. So I have all three of the Delinas, and this one and the exclusive are definitely my favorite, but this one is especially great for summertime. It's just more fresh and airy, but not like watered down. So it has like all of the components of the original Delina, but it doesn't have that like sour, like powdery note that the original has. This one is just like juicier and fruitier, and I really, really love it. So if you like Delina, or if you just want something that's a fruity floral but not your average fruity floral, definitely check this out. It's really, really good. And the notes of this one are lychee, pear, bergamot, Turkish rose, peony, transparent flowers, softwood, white musk, and vetiver. And then the last one I wanted to mention is actually 5 fragrances in one. It is this set from Jo Malone. I wanted to just try this because it had a bunch of like summery floral fragrances in here, and I've heard some good things about some of these, so I decided to give it a try. You have 5 fragrances in here. They're great for travel, great for like a little gift or something like that. But you have the red hibiscus, yellow hibiscus, frangipani flower, nectarine and honey blossom, and orange blossom. So my favorites in here are definitely the red hibiscus and the frangipani flower. Frangipani flower just smells like frangipani flowers. It's very like florally, kind of reminds me of like Hawaii, and it's just like a nice fresh floral. And then the other one is red hibiscus, and I wanted to get this set specifically for this one. And Beauty by Rosita, I think is her name here on YouTube. If not, I'll put it on screen. I love her fragrance videos. She was raving about this one, so I wanted to give it a try. And I didn't want to buy the full size because I don't know, I'm weird like this. If you know this about me, I don't like the color red, and that one has like a huge like red ball cap, and I was like, I can't be buying that. I cannot be buying that. So I got this, and it's really nice. It's like almost like a spicy, powdery floral. It's very unique. It's not what I was expecting at all, but you definitely get kind of like a hibiscus like note in there. But I guess the red cap kind of makes sense because it's a little bit feisty and spicy for a hibiscus flower. And yeah, that is going to wrap up my current favorite summer fragrances for this year. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what your favorite fragrance is right now. Like, what are you wearing all the time? What are you spraying? I want to know. I want to try it. I want to buy it. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.